If you have been here this week, you know that Bill and Susan are talking about the holding environment this week, this whole month, actually. And if you haven't seen it, don't worry, it's all recorded. So you have an opportunity to go to the site and rewatch the video. And I highly recommend you watch Bill's talk on Monday. So today I made some notes here. Let me just pull them out so I can share them with you all. So I would like to talk about the holding environment. And many of you may be familiar with this. Bill and Susan come back to this topic every couple of months. If you don't know, don't worry. I will offer a brief introduction to what this is about. And this is what this month is about, the holding environment. And the one thing that I would like to focus on today is about the physical aspect of our holding environment, right? Just the physicality of things. As you know, we are all embodied beings with our five senses. We see, hear, taste, touch, smell, and everything that we perceive will create an impression on us. It can be either a welcoming, positive impression, or it can be a tense impression that may create some sort of dislike. And this impacts our mood and how we feel with ourselves and with others. So I think that, of course, the inner environment is really important, the attitude of care that we have with ourselves and our minds, our emotions, our hearts. But how about the space where we are? So I hope that by the end of my short talk here with you all, you can have more awareness about the physical spaces that you inhabit, especially where you meditate, where you do your mindfulness practices. And if you already have a nice space that inspires you and soothes you, that's really good. But if you don't worry. Hopefully by the end of this talk, you will have some ideas of how to make your own space more friendly and welcoming for you to actually keep meditating and develop this practice of meditating for months and years. So I'd like to quote Bill, and I'm going to pull a book here and read two paragraphs. By the way, this is a great book. It's called The Meditator's Dilemma by our very own Bill Morgan, The Meditator's Dilemma. I got mine on Amazon. And the whole book, I mean, it's wonderful. This book really got me to reinvigorate my practice about 6-7 years ago when when I first knew about it. So I'm going to refer to what he's talking about, page 25, about the holding environment. And so this term comes from psychotherapy, from psychoanalysis. Actually, Winnicott would talk about this. One of the elements that ensures successful psychotherapy, which is a relational activity, turns out to be essential to meditation, even though that's a more internal process. And the absence of that element in meditation explains much of the struggle that Westerners have when they try to meditate. Bill continues to say, I discovered this crucial ingredient as I was reading the work of 20th century psychoanalyst Winnicott. In analyzing what made therapy successful, he found that to be truly healing, the therapeutic relationship had to include the quality of attentive caring that a responsive adult has for her child. Winnicott used the phrase holding environment to capture this necessary nurturing element of therapy. Today, the holding environment is considered by most therapists to be essential to productive therapy. So I'm a psychotherapist also, like Bill and Susan and many of our colleagues here. I myself have been to therapy also as a client and as a therapist. And of course, the connection with the person, how we feel listened to is super important. But how about the space, right, where we are welcome physically and also on Zoom? Do we feel comfortable? Do we feel safe? Does it feel inviting? That matters, right? So Bill continues to say, as I work with struggling meditators, the parallel of the holding environment to meditation became clear to me. Like therapy, meditation is inner relational work. And while there is no therapist involved, meditators need a nurturing, attentive relationship with themselves. I now use the phrase holding environment in my teaching to refer to the nurturing inner environment that is essential to meditation. And so again, I would just like to reference Bill's talk on Monday, where he goes more into it. And then the rest of the month, we'll be talking about the holding environment. So when I first heard Bill and Susan talk about this years ago, it really opened up a door for me because I used to have a meditation cushion. It's back here. You'll see it in a moment. But it was like in a little corner in my bedroom, right? Where I live with my husband. And so I would just meditate there, come in and out, but it wasn't really comfortable. I mean, it was, but I would be like, hey, please be quiet. I'm going to meditate. And then if he was watching TV or something, I felt I was interrupting. It didn't really feel cozy. So the first time I heard Bill and Susan talk about this, I thought, well, let me just take a little bit more space and maybe even find a place in the home that is more private. So I started finding spaces that were more conducive to privacy and just being able to settle down with more ease. Now, I'm going to show you in a moment my own space here. I'm very grateful that I live in a house that had this basement, which there was plenty of space here. And this used to be like a storage room. And about, I think it was like a year and a half ago when Bill and Susan went again over the holding environment, I thought, why don't I just take that little room and turn it into a meditation room, right? My husband calls it Fabiola's she den. And it's just perfect because the man is allergic to incense and I love incense and I can light my incense here. I have a little door that says meditation in progress. Nobody really needs to come here to get anything. And I have just put like anchors and things that remind me of whatever inspires me. I have in front of me a picture of the great Thich Nhat Hanh, my favorite Dharma teacher. Maybe some of you know about him. An image of the medicine Buddha from the Tibetan tradition that I'm so connected with in my work as a healer, but also to remind myself that we all have this medicine that we carry. We can help each other. I have Mother Tara. I have Our Lady of Guadalupe. I'm Hispanic, and that's my mother's Catholic. She's loves Mother Mary. I grew up in that tradition, even though later on I fell in love with Buddhism, but it's so part of like my spiritual journey. So when I come here, I see these things that inspire me. I light my candles and light my incense, stretch, open up the body like Susan tells us to do. And then it's so much easier to sit and observe my breathing. And this has been a game changer, right? I really, honestly, in the last year, I've realized that I meditate even more because I like being here. So that's why I thought about the importance of the physical environment. And that has made it easier to then relax the mind, relax the brain, open up the heart, because there's different things here that help me open up the heart and relax and remember what this is all about and why even meditate, right? It's to connect with my good nature, with the breathing, with the teachings of the Buddha. So I'll show you my space in a second. But before, I wanted to just name four, and this is also in Bill's book, four qualities that are part of a wholehearted holding environment. And while he's talking about the inner environment, I invite you to think about the spaces that you have and consider these four areas. So make sure that your holding environment inspires relaxation and ease. Now, my walls here are like lavender and blue. That's very relaxing for me. Relaxation and ease, playfulness and delight. bring things that you love, that are beautiful, that get playful for you. So I have a little Wonder Woman and Frida Kahlo that remind me of playfulness, creativity, my own inner child. Gratitude and wonder, right? Isn't gratitude just a game changer to be able to be grateful for our life or different things? Again, Thich Nhat Hanh, I'm just so grateful for him. He's my best mindfulness teacher. And other things that are there also inspire gratitude. And then ultimately warmth and tenderness, right? What inspires that? I have a picture of my grandfather when I really loved him, and I just feel a lot of tenderness, and just the candles really for the warmth. So let me show you my space. It may be to your liking or not, I don't know, but I'm gonna show it to you, and hopefully this will get you some, give you some ideas. Let me just grab my camera. Okay, so this is just the room, and that's my meditation cushion. Got a little like mini sofa to make it really comfortable. I also have my drums and singing bowls that I love, some Himalaya lamps. Now that's one of the images of the medicine Buddha. And see, right behind here, there was a little closet that I turned into an altar. And over there, I don't know if you can see two statues of like two little Buddhas. To me, they remind me of Bill and Susan. They're part of my holding environment, just like all of their sanghas. Then there's a picture of me when I was a baby to remind me of precious human life. Then there's Thich Nhat Hanh. I don't know if you can see Guadalupe and Wonder Woman there. And just Dharma books, picture of Tibet. And a picture here of Khenpo Wang Rinpoche, who was my first Dharma teacher, gave me my name. Japanese art that a friend gave me. Basically, that means the practice is about learning to be content. So yeah, then there's a rug in the floor for when I really need to stretch and shake it loose. And that helps me work with this, right? The container, the body, which is the holding environment for our consciousness, our spirit, soul, whatever you're open to. So I hope that this inspires you to think about the space where you meditate, where you practice, and that maybe you can invite some playfulness and relaxation so that you can enjoy your meditation a little bit more. Okay, so let's move to our meditation now. And keeping in mind the holding environment, all of you connected from somewhere. So as we move and stretch and start opening up the body, check and see what are some of the things that you have around you that inspire you, that bring relaxation and gratitude, and they can be around you, underneath you, and also on this screen, right? Looking at the sangha, the squares, just connect with anything that brings gratitude right now. And so go ahead and open up the body, stretch in whichever ways are helpful to you. Whatever feels right. My neck is a little stiff on one side, so can't move it too much on that end. So every day, the body's in a different state. So we honor that. And we just open it and give it some love and get ready to open it. Now, remember to grab whatever you need to make it comfortable. I get a little cold when we start meditating, so I always grab a shawl or blanket for my knees. If you need any padding for your knees, get that too. And find a comfortable posture. Have your stable base, whether you're sitting or kneeling or laying down. Just feel your connection to the ground, balancing the weight of your body, lengthening your spine, but not having it rigid. just opening and feeling supported by your own body, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the jaw, and inviting some breaths just to start bringing the awareness more and more into the body here and now. And feeling how you're being held in the space by the furniture, the floor, and underneath by the structure of the building that you're in, and ultimately by Mother Earth. She's holding us all. And also feel the energetic connection between us, how we all hold each other here. And returning to your breath, your rib cage, your body, your arms, and connecting to the breath itself, which is holding us from moment to moment, from inhalation to exhalation. And so enjoy your breathing practice, opening up the heart with gratitude for having this opportunity to be here together with the rest of us, together and alone, as we can practice together. And just softening a little more. If your mind wanders, just gently bring it back to the breath and the body and the heart here and now. Knowing that this is the time you have to meditate, to relax, to connect with your aliveness. And just soften a little more. Feel held by your body, your breath, the space where you're in the Sangha. And keep enjoying your mindful breathing, being in your body, breathing here and now. And in this last minute of our meditation together, just becoming aware of your body that holds you, your feet and toes, your legs, your torso, your arms, your head, your chest, just softening and connecting with the physicality of your own body, allowing yourself to feel grateful for your body and everything that you can do with it and in it, and all the internal organs and all your faculties of hearing, seeing, tasting, touching, smelling, and breathing.